Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV. And today we're covering X on the Beach season 5.
Uh,
I'm your host, Pharaoh, and I'm here with our lovely co-host, Lee. Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm happy to be covering a new show. This is
Yes.
actually my first time watching X on the Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and the first episode was I loved it. I
I
was
like
I
it
was
too.
tuned in. I
Tuned
was
in
like,
freestyle,
okay,
bitch.
okay. So I'm really excited to watch this.
Yes. It was really fun. It's interesting. We usually cover like game shows, but this is just like a love show, and it's a really cute little vibe or whatever. So we start off the episode. It's looking real glamorous, real paradisey, and we're on a boat, and the six singles are entering the show. And so we start off and they're all just talking to each other, they're mingling to each other, they're getting to know each other. And we hear that Renine, she's one of the singles, she's cute. She's like, "Oh yeah, my last ex, I was married to my last ex."
Mhm.
And I was very interested. I was like, "Oh, she was married." And so the girls on the show, they was like, "Ooh, she was married." Davon has a confessional. Queen Davon, we know Davon from Big
Queen.
Brother,
All
from the
right.
challenge or whatever. And Davon's like, "Oh, she done had ex marriages and stuff. Like that's a lot that she has going on." And Davon tells us that she's been proposed to 3 times already, and
Mhm.
I found that very interesting. I was like, "Okay, that's cute or whatever." So I don't know how Devon's ex that comes in thinks he gonna be the fourth time, or I don't know what
Oh
he's
my
thinking.
god.
But baby, I don't know. So we get to the intros, and so Devon has her intro, and she's like, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm grown years
Period.
old. Period.
Chocolate drop.
Chocolate drop, and she says she's like a jaguar. She's like, look, I'm like a jaguar. I'm real cute and I'm real. I look nice. I look good, but I'm gonna claw your ass
Period.
if it gets too rough. I'm gonna claw your ass. She talks about being a single mom, how she's a package deal with her daughter,
Cadence.
with Cadence, and that she's a
We.
guarded person, etc., etc. Um, so we get into that, and then we get into David's intro. David
Mm.
has an intro. He speaks about how he's a professional fuck boy. Lee, would you ever get with a professional fuckboy?
I
That's
mean,
my thing. What you mean? What?
not like in a serious relationship, of course
Okay.
not. But David got a nice body audio on him,
David do got a nice body on
so
him.
you know.
And later on, we see. Anyways, so he talks about being a professional fuck boy. Arise comes. Arise is a transgender supermodel. Arise is very beautiful,
Mm-mm.
and she is saying how she's like a maleficent princess, and that she's like, she's real cute and she's a princess, but she also gets it going or whatever. Then we get to the real tea. This is going to be the real tea of the episode because Ray comes in, and Ray already is mentioning his situation with Carol. And Ray is like, yeah, I had an ex, and my ex, Carol, from Love Island, we've met, and she doesn't like when I have other girlfriends. And I just feel like that's weird. And, a lot of the women in the cast are having confessionals. They're like, what's going on? Like, what you mean you had girlfriends? Like, I don't know. And so he's talking about that, and that's going to lead us into when the exes get here or whatever. So, the Ray has his intro, and Ray talks about how he's very, very friendly. I don't know how you're trying to have a serious relationship. You're on a relationship show, but you're talking about you very, very friendly with all your girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I could ever get with somebody who is very, very friendly. I don't know. He described himself that way. So I'm like, girl, like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, we get to the villa. They all enter the new house. It's pretty, it's beautiful, and they get a note and a bottle. And the note and the bottle is like, look, we're gonna have a dinner, and this is gonna be the table of truth. They're saying that on X on the Beach, the table of truth is gonna be like a consistent thing, and it's new. It's new to this season, and so they're just going to all be at a dinner, at a table or whatever, and at the table of truth, you're going to have to tell the truth about all the bullshit that you done had in your life or whatever. Now, child, we get to the table of truth. And they're telling us that the exes are watching. Some of the exes are watching them, and well, they didn't tell them, but they told us that some of the exes are watching them, and they're going to be observing as this is happening. So we know the exes are observing, but the people don't know the exes are observing. So we get to the table of truth, and they are starting to ask questions. They give them a plate, and they're like, "Hey, open the plate. Ooh, is it food? It's not food. It's fucking no." And it says, "We're gonna ask these questions, and you're gonna have to tell the truth or whatever." So that's the little game. I guess it's cute. I don't know, but mind you, some of the exes are watching as this happens or whatever. So one of the first questions: what would best describe your ex? Reese is like, my ex is a doormat. He's lame. Da da
Not lame.
da da. Davon's like, oh, my ex is cocky. And David, he's like, my ex was an onion. I don't know why he said an onion. I don't think I would ever describe my ex as an onion, but he said an onion. So they're asking the questions. The next question, something your ex did that you couldn't stand. Here comes Ray. He says again, oh, well, Carol didn't want me to have friends, and that Carol didn't like me having women friends or whatever. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I just feel like he bringing it up so much feels like to me that he knew what the fuck he was doing. I feel like you knew what the fuck was going on with the situation, and I don't know. I don't know. Like to me, it feels like Ray cheated on this girl. Like, and he gets to explaining. He gets to explaining. He's like, yeah, well, I did have a BFF, and Carol didn't know that I had a BFF that I had sex with, but we weren't together. But I'm like, come on, bro. Like at this point, you literally are just a cheater. Like, just say you're a cheater, or just say you cheated on her. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird for me. So they ask a few more questions. Questions are really relevant. Davon gets into answering a question that was about where's the freakiest place you've had sex. So Davon has a segment, and she's basically like, well, for most of my life, I was in a relationship for really, really long, and that she's only had sex with that person she was in a relationship, and it gets a little bit emotional. And I found that interesting because it's like, okay, like for Davon to be on the show and to like open up, it's gonna be, I feel, just a different experience for her. I don't know. Lee, how you feeling so far?
About Davon specifically, or just like in
Yeah, just
general.
about in general.
I like hearing like the softer side of Davon. I feel like we always see like a more game focused side of her. So it was really good seeing like her, you know, interact with people on a more emotional level.
Yeah.
It was just really good to see that side of her.
Yeah, it was raw. And so David talks about how he's going to um he has been brought here to get to know himself a little better. David's exes are all women, but he feels like that he is going to explore his sexuality more, and that he feels like he needs to, I guess, come out of the closet. And he's saying, like, yeah, like this is me. I'm into what I'm into, and that's how we're gonna rock with that, or whatever. So then the exes arrive. Just gonna add it here. So at the top, we have the singles, and then we have their exes that arrived, and David is there because David gets in the mix. So, child, we can just talk freely. Firstly, we kind of get into Carol and Ray. How do you like feel about the situation that they have so far? Carol said they were dating for 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
They were dating for 10 months, and then basically he was literally close friends with all of a lot of women. She said all of his friends are women. He's always close friends with them. I don't know, like what you think? Because I kind of said what I feel.
Well, I didn't really watch Love Island. I'm not the biggest like Love Island fan, so I really didn't know their relationship prior to. But I feel like what I've gotten from like the premiere, at least, like I feel like anytime a boy says like, "Oh, like I have a lot of female friends," like that's definitely a red flag. Like I'm not a female, well, I'm not a woman, but I wouldn't want my nigga to be out here having hella female friends neither. And then it's the fact that he literally, when they were not together,
Mm-hmm.
had sex with one of those best friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're literally proving the point why she don't want you to run around having these friends because
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. What's that Olivia Rodrigo song like Traitor? Like you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. Like she knew that you were talking to this person for this
Yeah.
long. She knew that it could end up happening, and then you did it anyway. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we weren't together, but that's still messed up. And that was Dave was trying to say. Like, but you know she's gonna have an issue with it. That's why I hate.
Exactly.
I hate when straight men not even straight men,
Nah.
niggas in general do this. I hate when they try to like. It's very much like gas light thing. Like,
Right.
well, we're just friends. We're just friends. Okay, you might be friends with them, but are they friends with you?
Exactly.
Because them bitches definitely want
They
to
know
fuck.
what the
Like,
fuck
come
they
on.
doing.
Like, and not even necessarily that thing. And I'm pretty sure. What's her name? Carl. Carl probably knows this. Like, it's not even the simple fact that they want to necessarily be with you. You have clout now. People like clout. Like they're gonna chase clout. They're gonna f with you just because they know you've been on Love Island. They know you've been in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just like to jump into stuff and ruin it.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. So it's
Literally.
like honestly, I feel like in the situation, Carl was 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Ray like I don't think he's clearly I don't think he's clearly that serious to be one to be relationship. Like you're
Yeah.
not gonna find too many women out here who are just like, yeah, you can have other female friends unless it's just an open ass relationship, which I
Mm-hmm.
think that's probably what he should probably, want to be more interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like even then it was like, oh, what did you cheat? Like, no, I didn't cheat, so you didn't cheat. Well, there was this one incident, like incident after
Right.
incident. Okay, how many incidents is it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely Team Caro. You know what I mean? Believe women,
Period.
hashtag it.
Yeah, and it was very interesting because I have seen their season of Love Island. That was the only season I've seen, and during their season, it was very interesting because it didn't seem like Ray was necessarily like a f boy. There was a lot of guys on that season who were just getting with any girl and kissing and fucking and da, da, da. Ray and Carol were one of the more consistent relationships from the whole entire time. They were kind of like linking up, like they were kind of together. They was like the cutest relationship on that cast and everybody was really supportive. So I was actually pretty shocked. And it's funny because I feel like what got me was when Carol was arguing with Ray, she was like, I was friends with that girl. I went out of my way to become friends with your friends so that I can be, peaceful in the situation. And you still fuck the girl who I became friends with, even though if we weren't together or whatever, like that's some bullshit. So I
And
was
I'm
like,
gonna have to
okay, that's
say,
interesting.
baby, Colorado, baby, that's on you. I'd be damned if I sat up there and made friends with that nigga. Other like hell
She
no,
was trying to be a good
hell
girl,
no,
and that's kind of why I
hell
feel
no.
bad for her
Because
because she was trying to be good.
it's giving like Ray want like a sister wife situation going on. Like he want all of his bitches to be besties. He want
Mm-hmm.
them to be sisters. Like
Mm-hmm.
we can live in the house together. We could be. It's giving very much like Nick Cannon. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
very much like reproduce and multiply. Like that's what it's giving.
Yeah. Um, child. So Carol has her intro, and in her intro, she's kind of talking about how she actually loved this dude Ray, and that they were having a long distance relationship. Ray sent her a love letter, and she got like a part of the love letter tattooed on her. So that's why it's like I'm kind of feeling like on her foot she got it tattooed. I'm like, dang, Carol is like low key actually feeling this dude. Like this is something that she wants to be serious, and I just feel like I don't think he's like about it. So that sucks. So we get to the next couple, and it's actually Mike and Arise. Their exes. And the way Mike kind of explained it was that we were together, but we didn't tell nobody about it. He was like, we didn't want to tell our friends about it because we were in the same friend group. And then when I wanted to come forward about it, Arise was like, let's just be in an open relationship. Like, let's not settle down. I don't know. I feel like I can't judge people who want to be in open relationships at all. But I see kind of why Mike is, I guess, upset about it because I think he feels like, but like he said, I don't think I'm good enough. He said, I feel like I'm not good enough. But I don't know. It was kind of given with them. Like, do y'all want to, like, what's this? Like, I don't know. It seemed like Mike
It
was
was
just there
giving
to,
staged.
Gabe,
It was giving very much like a Reese got a spot on the show, and she got up her good girlfriend Mike and was like, "Girl, let's get on the show together. Like we about to get a bag." You know
I
what I
think
mean? Because I'm sorry, it didn't give sexual attention. I mean, they kissed, but it was giving stunts and shows.
it
Like,
was even stunts to
so
shows.
you don't want to be, you know, he was like,
Mhm.
well, I'm here, so I'm gonna get back at them.
Yeah, that's what he
I'm
said.
gonna get with them and then hook up here, and it's giving
Hmm. So
like,
Mike basically said he want to come in and make Reese jealous, and that he basically finna fuck around with everybody. And if Reese gets jealous, then he knows that Reese really loves him. But if Reese don't get jealous, then he don't know who really loves. I didn't really like Mike. I wasn't a fan of Mike. I'm giving back. Like, boy, like you just wanted to be on TV, yes or no?
very much giving that.
Very
I
much
I will
so.
say, like, I feel like I think Ray and Carl are definitely there for like the show itself. I think Devon and Jamar. I think on let's be honest.
Hmm.
On a general scale, they all there for clout. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But some people are gonna just push it a little bit more, and I just
Hmm.
feel like that's what the recent Mike situation is giving,
Yeah,
giving very much, like I said,
yeah.
staged.
And I will say, like, I think Aris is like feeling getting a little stage too, but I kind of like the way Aris is approaching the situation a little better because Aris seemed chill. Like when Aris has diary room, she's like, "Yeah, me and Mike we talked, we was cool or whatever." But that's it. Mike's kind of the one who's like, "I'm gonna get better and
Yeah.
and let me fuck David and da 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 da." And that's when it does get interesting because Mike and David know each other, and so
Mm-hmm.
David is
They
basically
know
like
each other.
they know each other. And David is basically like, I am exploring my sexuality, and with exploring, I've never done anything with a dude, but Mike is someone who I knew who I have been attracted to in the past. So I think they did cute with the casting. They was like, let's
Mm-hmm.
get David, and then David's exes are gonna come. But it's very interesting because now David, one of the only men he's been attracted to is in the house, and he's exes with Aris allegedly, and Aris was like, I'm low key trying to fuck David, like her. So it's giving a little love triangle-y,
Mm-hmm.
but because Aris and Mike don't even seem that serious, it's kind of not that intense as it should be.
Like, I
But
just feel like
it is what it is.
Reese clearly was feeling David. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
David felt about Reese because Reese like he's really into Mike. But
Mm-hmm.
it just feel like I don't think, like, if I had to guess, I don't even think they actually dated. I'm sorry, I don't think they actually dated. So like I do feel like it's gonna be hard for me to get invested in this little love triangle. Now I
Yes.
do love the scenes between David and Mike. Love a good,
LGBTQ.
homosexuality in my viewing experience. So that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be fun if that keeps up for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. I want to see when David's exes come in because I do think David has real exes, no shade. So if David's ex come in and it's a woman and she sees and she's trying to, rekindle something, or if she does still like him, but
Mm-hmm.
he's over here fucking with Mike, that could be a lot more
Because
interesting, I
does she
feel.
even know that he's bisexual, child?
Child.
And it's giving like, I mean, he was pretty thick.
Mhm.
It's
I
giving,
know.
it's
I
giving.
know.
I don't think he's doing the bending. So,
Yes. Oh no. Later in the show, he's talking about his kinks, and he's like, "Yeah, I kind of like to get dominated a little bit." And time out,
definitely giving power bottom.
time out. When Mike was introduced, I was like, "Mike, are you a boredom?" But now that David kind of spoke about it, and the way Mike was kind of being aggressive with David, because Mike and David had a scene where they're kissing in the confessional, and Mike is kind of teasing David, and then he pulls David in, and he's like, and I see Mike being like a little bit more of the top in the situation, and
Mm-hmm.
then David has a talk about his kinks, and he's like, yeah, I like being dominated. If you slap me around, if you choke me a little bit, I'm kind of into that. So let's give him
I
bottom.
mean, it's given they need to drop the OnlyFans link. That's honestly I would love to watch.
Child. It's giving they need to drop the OnlyFans link. So that was real cute or whatever. So then Jamar is still there. And so Jamar gets his introduction. And Jamar is like, yeah, people call me cocky and people call me confident, but the gag is both. I'm cocky and I'm confident and I'm the shit. And I'm Jamar and I'm from Canada and da 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 da. And it's like, Jamar, baby.
I'm honestly so shocked that Devon dated him. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I
Okay.
didn't see BB Can 8. I know about the whole scandal of him getting ejected and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. But I'm just like, seeing his personality so far as like Devon, really? Like,
Right.
I
But
just
then
feel like
again, Davon was
Devon
low key
would.
crushing on David. So
That's true. Cause I feel like I just feel like Devon is so much more mature
Mm-hmm.
That's like, girl, why are you fucking around with him? Like, girl, you knew that wasn't gonna end good, baby. You
Uh,
knew. He went straight on. He said basically they exes because he went on BB to Canada and got into a showman's.
mm-hmm.
Like, imagine you chilling at home, your baby get on the show, you happy, you ready to support, like rooting for him, and then you turn on fees and he's slobbing down another bitch.
I kind of know about the Davon Jamar relationship. It was mostly, from what I understood, it was mostly long distance, like through the phone, whatever. So, with Davon and Jamar, I remember them being on lives and them like having text messages and Kiki Ken and stuff like that. But I saw that after he got on BB Canada. So before he was on BB Canada, apparently they were Kiki and texting and da 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 da, and that it wasn't an official relationship, but they were definitely in the talking stage. And
Mm-hmm.
then he got on BB Can. He had a whole nother showmance, a whole relationship. Then he got off. They were still but whatever. So Jamar and Davon kind of have a cute little conversation, and Davon seems a little nervous, and Jamar's like, "What's up? Like, what's wrong? Like, why are you feeling that way?" And Davon was like, "I mean, we just never really talked about the situation." And Jamar's like, "We did talk about it." She was like, "No, we never talked about the actual situation. You just tried to talk to me, like in general." And I don't know. I feel like dudes always do that. Dudes think just me talking to you again is like rekindling the situation, but it's like, no, babe, you have to
But
address what the
see,
fuck you did.
I hate a man that just try to play dumb because it's the same thing with Jamal with Ray. It's that, well, I did do that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
no, but you know that's not enough. And the thing is, I feel like, well, do they know it's not enough, or do they care? I don't know. It's just
Mhm.
giving like, now you playing in this bitch's face, and I don't like that. You're not gonna play in Davon's face.
You
Like
know
that's
what I'm
just
saying?
like, come on.
And so at this point, she just walks away. She's like, "Look, okay, Shamar, I just gotta leave." And she like, "Where you going?" She's like, "Away from you." So she leaves. She doesn't want to talk about it or whatever. Arisa and Mike try to have a conversation, and when they're trying to have a conversation, they start kissing and shit. So that's like, I don't even know what's going on there. Mike and David start kissing and shit, so I don't know what's going on there. So basically, eventually at the end of the show, Carol, she like wakes up the next day and she feels really, really bad. Carol was like, I just made a scene with Ray. I made a whole
Mm-hmm.
scene. All the girls are gonna hate me. They probably feel like I'm just being extra and da 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 da. But she really like cares about this. And Mike's talking to her and he's like, no, the girls are basically on your side. They feel like you're justified in what you did and what you experienced and stuff like that. So yeah, I just feel like Carol was like, I don't know, upset for the way she reacted, but
Mm-hmm.
girl, we on your side, you know?
I hope I really hope she's not coming here to rekindle that relationship with Ray, because what I got from
No.
Ray in that intro is that he's really not looking for that. Like, I think he came out here to kind of find a new. So I hope that she is willing to do that as well, because I
Mhm,
don't think Ray is interested in their relationship at all anymore, and she
mhm,
does seem to still have some connections in it.
mhm.
Whereas on his end, I don't. I mean, I don't think he gives a shit
Yeah.
personally.
And same with Davon. Like it seemed like Davon was saying like she kind of does want to have a conversation with Jamar and see how that goes and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
baby,
But see, it's given like Jamar, he's almost just as extra as Mike. Like, it's given very much stunt queen. Like, he's
yes.
definitely there to just be on TV, and you can kind of see it on Twitter because like Jamar, as we know later on, his ex is gonna come,
Mhm.
and his ex is on Twitter arguing with some girl who was on BB Canada with both of them. It's like, y'all are doing it for the stunts and shows. Like,
Listen.
I just wish, like, of course you're supposed to do it because reality show, but like,
Mhm.
make it believable. You know what I mean? Make
Yeah,
it
sell it a little better. No, I do feel like I do. I feel like at least Davon, she kind of is trying to open up because Davon mostly did what do they call it? Like not reality shows, just more of a competition show. And she was
Mm-hmm.
talking about, she was like, I feel like this is just a whole nother side of myself. So and you see later in the season the preview, she's having like a heated argument, I think with Jamar or whatever, and it's like, girl, baby, no, you not. And then they kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm really excited for the season, like just moving forward. Like, I hope Davon stays as long as possible because, as you can see, she is getting the DRs because they love having Davon narrate the season, child. And then it's just
Um,
like I said, I really like. I feel like I've grown up with Davon. Like, basically, like Davon came on our TV screens in 2015. It
mhm.
is now 2022. That's like what, 7 years?
Yes.
Like, She's
Yes,
been
and we're
on our
seeing a different
necks.
side.
And
This is
now,
a
like, it's
different
giving
side.
range. It's giving different areas. It's giving
Ah!
you bitches could never. You know what I mean?
You bitches
Like,
can
this
fucking never.
girl, Davon was on Big Brother 3 times, The Challenge, and now X on the
And
Beach.
now X on the Beach.
Bold and Beautiful,
Bold and beautiful
Candy
bitch.
Crush.
Candy Crush bitch is giving
Y'all not
range.
seeing her. Kaden's mama is a businesswoman. She gets the bag, and it comes in
Period.
plenty.
Period. So, yes. So that was basically the episode. The episode actually ends with us
Yeah, I feel
seeing.
like in general, it was a pretty short
Mhm.
episode. The reason why I drug out was because of the commercials.
Child, I done forgot about commercials. Watching X on the Beach done got me back to commercials, babe. Child. But no, it was a cute little episode. I really am interested to see how it progresses when they start adding other exes. Because Ray is talking like he got 50 million exes who could come.
Right.
And they actually show
That's probably all his girl besties, you know,
his girl besties. They show like Nicole, which is the ex that was friends with Caro, which Ray fucked. And if she come, child, I want Carol to go off on
I
her.
just I hope that
Yeah.
bitch slapped in her face. I'm excited to see David's ex as well because I'm interested. I want to see like does she know about his sexuality? How is she gonna react to it? They seem like they have a really intense moment coming up in the season 2, so I'm excited to see that because he's literally kind of exploring himself there. I mean, I hope that she's understanding of the situation.
Yeah,
especially on national TV.
Wow. Yes, it's interesting, and the other two girls who were here, the other singles who were here, Raneen and Darren, their exes are going to come next episode. So now we're gonna get all of that, and we're gonna get David's ex next episode also.
I
So
really
whoever
hope
David's ex is.
Those other two girls, their exes, make them a bit more interesting. Because not gonna lie, I was very bored. And like in the looks department, Caro and Davon are eating these bitches up. I hate to say it. I think Arisa's pretty. I don't even remember the other two names.
Raneen, I like
You just said their
Raneen.
names. What's their name?
Yes, Raneen is the girl with the short bob.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked her. She had tattoos.
And then who was the other girl name?
Darren. Now her,
they were so unmemorable. And that's the thing. They were
maybe it's because they didn't have a scene.
Exactly, because their exes weren't there. But also when they were describing them, like homegirl, her thing was like, I dated Pauline and Vinny at the same time. It's like, girl, we're bored. Yeah. I don't know. Like Pauline and Vinny are both pushing 50. Like, girl, we don't care about no Jersey Shore tea. And the other girl was like, yeah, I'm John Safdie's mistress. Like, girl, we don't care. I don't know. Like, it was just giving very much like, let's get to the drama, let's get to the fights, let's get to the arguments. Right. Like, I think on the preview for the rest of the season, it's giving like it's gonna be a really dramatic season. So I'm excited.
Oh yes, I'm excited. I want to see maybe when the exes come, what the beef is. What's the tea? What's the beef? Because it's just the beginning. It's just the first episode. I think there's 12 episodes. So baby, get into it. What's the tea? And they're gonna have these truth ceremonies and shit where you gotta tell the truth. You gotta
not truth ceremony,
child. So that's gonna be real cute too. So yes, it was a cute little first episode. I'm very excited to see how this season continues and grows. Hopefully these girls is not going to try to get with these boys because it don't seem like these boys are trying to get with these girls. I'm just thinking I'm sad for my girls.
Yeah, I think like Ray, like Carl. I think Carl is bad. She is beautiful. I mean, like voluptuous body, yaddy for days. Like she can find any other nigga out there. Same with Avon.
I want some of these other dudes, like even if they're ex or whoever, if they come and they looking right for Caro or even Davon, like I want them to find something better. Like this ain't it, baby.
I don't know, but I don't remember too much of Caro and Ray in the previews, but I know Davon and Jamar interact moving forward, so I don't think my sister gonna let it go, but we just gotta see how it's gonna progress.
Oh, child. Anyways, yes, that was a cute, fun time or whatever. Look, this is our first time doing a show like this. We'll get into it or whatever. But hey, we'll be covering and we'll be recapping the entire season, every single episode or whatever. If you're into stuff like Big Brother, Survivor, or whatever, check out our other podcasts. We do reality TV, period. Catch us next week where we'll be covering the next episode and recapping what happens on the next episode of X on the Beach or whatever. Peace out. Purr.